Dubs have a simple goal: to interpret and adapt the foreign material to suit the region's audience while still being faithful to the original vision. Anime dubbing is a long process: adapting scripts, casting for the characters, directing the voiceover, mixing audio, then the actual recording process of having to act out what's on a script while also trying to match the lip flaps, which can take multiple tries just for a few seconds in an episode, and depending on the anime, yelling. Lots and lots of yelling. Anime dubbing isn't an easy process, and if you can't tell, it also isn't cheap. Usually it's either done for a release on home video or for a TV broadcast, but not all dubs get to see the light of day, and some are unreleased while others are just lost. This can happen for various reasons, so today I'm going to be talking about 20 lost/unreleased anime dubs. The Dragon Ball Harmony Gold dub. Everyone knows Dragon Ball, one of the most iconic anime in history, spawning multiple sequels, spin-offs, movies, and even dubs till this day. In the early 2000s, 2 dubs were produced, one by Funimation Entertainment and the other by Ocean's Production, both later becoming pretty iconic, but there was a company that actually tried to dub Dragon Ball before them: Harmony Gold USA, a production company, motion picture distributor, and real estate developer. Okay. The LA-based company licensed it in 1989. Harmony Gold dubbed the anime before and were most well known for Robotech. 2 dubs were produced by them, one that combined the first and third films into an hour-long one, and the other was the first 5 episodes of the series. The movie dub was put online, so it is available to see. The first 5 episodes, on the other hand, have not been found. It did air in a few test markets, but was dropped after episode 2 because of a bath scene with Bulma. Since no TV station would pick up the series, Harmony Gold didn't produce any more episodes after episode 5. All that is known of this dub are descriptions from people who've seen it. Many claim that a lot of controversial scenes were not edited out. The character names were changed though. Son Goku became Zero, Bulma turned into Lana, Yamcha was Zeraki, and many more. A name change that did stick was Turtle Hermit becoming Master Roshi, which is still used today. On December 5th, 2015, the YouTube user International DBZ uploaded a low-quality 30-second video from episode 1. The video of it is now gone because the channel was terminated, but this was the first time anything of the dub was ever put online. Even though the dub was only 5 episodes, it was used as a basis for a Mexican-produced dub titled Zero y el Dragón Mágico, which dubbed 60 episodes because apparently Harmony adapted scripts that far. This is currently the closest thing there is to the Harmony Gold dub, which is still lost. Candy Candy English dub. Produced in 1976 by Toei Animation, Candy Candy is a slice-of-life shoujo anime about an optimistic orphan girl named Candy who gets adopted by a family who treats her badly, where she ends up meeting a boy named Anthony, and that's where her real story begins. It was dubbed in 6 different languages: French, Spanish, Italian, Dutch, Portuguese, and even Russian. An English dub was produced by ZIV International in 1980, and only the first 2 episodes were ever put on VHS, and then later uploaded onto YouTube. It is unknown how many episodes were dubbed of the 115. With some digging, I did find out the dubbing company. The Philippine company Telesuccess Productions Incorporated. They dub and distribute anime for the Philippines, but did dabble in a few English dubs that were even picked up by American companies. Looking at the list of work from them, it seems they are still dubbing anime today, and they've even copyright claimed channels on YouTube recently. So it may be possible they have more of the Candy Candy dub. The only person known to have worked on it is the music composer, Mark Mercury, who made the music for many of the anime dubbed by ZIV. The first 2 episodes are on YouTube if you want to see them. Ogon Batto English dub. Ogon Batto, which just straight up translates to Golden Bat, is a Japanese superhero that was created by Takeo Nakamatsu. The character was created for Kamishibai, a traveling paper theater show. It would later get a manga adaptation, and in 1967 it got an anime which was based solely off the manga. An interesting thing about Ogon Batto, it's noted as one of the first superheroes, even predating Superman and Batman, which were created in 1938 and 1939, 7 years after its debut. The show got picked up by a few stations in order to be localized for the West, and under a different name, Phantoma Phantoman Warrior of Justice. The show was supposed to air in both the US and Australia, but the dub never got to see an American broadcast. Australia did get it though. The show never got a home video release in Australia, and many believed the dub never even existed until 2012. YouTube user TV Nostalgia uploaded a low-quality 20-second clip of the dub. Since the anime is so old, the rest of the dub is lost to time. The Amazing Tree English Audio. The Amazing Tree is a manga created by Osamu Tezuka, the father of anime, in 1965. a science fiction series about 3 aliens who disguise themselves as a horse, duck, and a rabbit that were sent to Earth to see if the planet is dangerous and if it should be destroyed. The manga later got an anime adaptation, which also started airing that same year on Japanese and American airwaves. The Japanese version is available online, but the English dub is difficult to find and may possibly be destroyed. While the dub cast is available, there is nothing on who produced it or dubbed it. Some episodes were posted online, but they were taken down because of copyright. YouTube user Peter Vassalol uploaded 2.5 episodes of the dub, but that's all that's surfaced from the 52 dubbed episodes of the series. The Rec Animax dub. Rec, or Record, is a romance drama anime that was produced by Shaft. Yes, that's Shaft. It's about a young, upcoming voice actress who ends up living under the roof of her love interest, Fumihiko. It's only 9 episodes, and Animax produced a dub for this short series. Animax Asia is a Japanese broadcast network that focuses on airing anime, a channel solely dedicating to airing anime dubbed or subbed 24 hours a day. It airs a variety of shows and even simulcasts currently airing anime of the season. It launched in 2004, and it's still going strong today. It's only available in several markets in Southeast Asia though. Majority of the dubs aired there are the ones produced over here in the States from the well-known recording studios. But every now and then, they acquire an anime to air that wasn't licensed in the US and they have to dub it themselves. The dubs are known to be done very cheaply and it comes across in how they sound. I'm not going to get more into it, but if you want to know more about how cheaply these dubs are produced, I'll link below a great piece by Anime News Network. It's an interesting read, and also here's a little comparison of our dubs with theirs.
You lied about that salamander! I'm gonna kick your butt! Don't get mad at me, I'm not the one to blame here! I'm just passing along a rumor I heard! It was just a rumor? You wanna fight? Let's go!
Now, Natsu, I think you need to calm down.
Oh, wow. I'm actually standing inside the Fairy Tale Guild Hall.
So Natsu finally made it back, huh?
Salamander was lying! That's not true!
Well, how was I supposed to know? I merely told what other people have been talking about around here.
What's your problem? You want a piece of me, huh?
Hey, Natsu, relax. This is no big deal.
Oh, wow. I can't believe this. I finally made it into Fairy Tale.
I'm guessing Natsu's back here in Fairy Tale!
Now that your ears are done bleeding, let's go back to Rec. The dub version did air from 07 to 08 during the weekends. The only thing known about the dub is a few of the voice actors who worked on it. Emily Wu Zeller has the show on her website under television series dubbing, and the only other person who is known to have worked on it is David Lee McKinney. Looking at the cast of characters, there is only 5, so 2 of the voice actors are still unknown. The dub has never resurfaced and none of the episodes have ever been put online, so the dub is currently lost, but based on Animax's dub quality, that may not be a bad thing. Tokyo Pig's missing dub episodes. Tokyo Pig, a comedy series adapted from the kids' book Fair Then Partly Piggy by Shiro Yadama. The anime aired in July 1997 and ran to September of 1998, with 61 episodes. It was licensed by Disney to be broadcasted on ABC Family, which started on September 14, 2002. From the 61 episodes of Tokyo Pig, only 28 were dubbed and aired in the US. Reruns of other shows airing on ABC got in the way of it until the show got cancelled out of nowhere in March of 2003. While there was a home video release of it by Miramax titled The Best of Tokyo Pig, it only had 8 of the 28 dubbed episodes. Over time, many of the lost episodes have been posted online, and with the 8 officially released ones, it means 8 episodes are still missing. My Melody's Magical Adventure, the 2000s Cartoon Network dub. Onegai My Melody, or My Melody's Magical Adventure, is a comedy fantasy anime based on the Sanrio character of the same name. Sanrio is a Japanese company that focuses on making very cute characters and who've made over 400, the most well-known being Hello Kitty. The show follows My Melody and Yumeno Uta, a junior high school girl, as they try to protect the dreams of people with magic. It has 4 seasons with cumulatively a little over 200 episodes. During the mid-2000s, it was broadcasted on Cartoon Network Philippines, with an English dub. The dub also had to air on Cartoon Network UK later that year, but it never saw its broadcast. Finding the cast list and seeing Emily Wu Zeller again, It makes sense that it was a Philippines dub like Rec. Just going to assume it was produced by the same company that produces the Animax dubs. It looks like an Italian distribution company, Mediaset, has the rights to some of the dub episodes. And that's all we know. The English version of this anime still hasn't surfaced. Dragon Ball/Z broadcast audio. Before I get to the actual lost dub, I need to explain the format used. Audio mastering. It's a type of post-production used to prepare and transfer recorded audio from a source that has the final mix to a storage device like a CD. In the late 1940s, magnetic tapes made a big technological advance for being able to cut the audio separately from the actual recording process, and also improving the audio quality. From 1950 to 1970, wiping these audio masters was a standard because the format took up storage space, which was costly, so it was common to erase what was on them so they can be reused for newer programs. Dragon Ball started airing in 1986, and with the sequel Z, it can be said that the whole series ran until 1996. After the first broadcast of each episode, Toei, the animation studio, would wipe the audio masters. Even though this was common, around the late 70s, production studios began to keep them because of rebroadcast of their shows with those masters, but primarily because of the rise of home video. It was less beneficial to wipe them because of the potential profit of selling their shows on VHS and later DVD. This makes sense to keep them so that the releases were of the highest quality for consumers. Toei, on the other hand, was very skeptical about home video, and since magnetic tapes took up the same storage space as 16mm film reel, they just decided to continue wiping them, thinking they would be useless, would take up much space in storage, and would never be touched again. This mindset changed big time in the early 2000s because of the Dragon Ball series' big explosion of popularity in the US. Toei then decided to get the old film reels to produce DVDs for Japan. Since they no longer had the audio, for all the releases they used the optical audio from the film reels, which doesn't sound like a bad idea, but the film reels had gone through some big deterioration over the years. Due to this, the quality of the audio is much lower, noted to have a higher amount of white noise and being more muted than the master tapes. Toei never made distribution copies of the masters for foreign regions at the time. They never really tried to save the audio. Even though Toei lost the audio, many in the Kanto region recorded episodes of Dragon Ball and Z on their VCRs. The audio would be uploaded over 10 years later to YouTube. The broadcasts were received directly from Tokyo Tower, which got rid of the high tones and white noise. They were exactly like the masters. So the recordings had way clearer audio than any rebroadcast or releases. It is unknown how much master audio has survived because all of the recordings online are clips from episodes. With over 400 episodes of Dragon Ball and Z together, it is unknown if the entire original broadcast audio will ever be recovered. Taro the Space Alien, the unreleased English dub by Viz Media. Taro the Space Alien, it's about 5th grader Takashi Haramaki, where one day a strange transfer student joins his class. The student named Taro Tanaka, who very clearly isn't normal based on his physical appearance. The blue skin, glowing eyes, pointy ears, and horn. Takashi tries to learn more about him by keeping an eye on him, and in doing so he falls victim to many traps and misadventures, which is where the humor comes from. It's dubbed in 4 different languages, but the English version is unreleased. This is weird because the English name was used internationally for the other dubs. The earliest mention of Taro in North America goes all the way back to September of 2004, and it was being handled by ShowPro. ShowPro is short for Shagakuken Shueisha Productions, which is a Japanese company that distributes the majority of popular magazines and comics in Japan. They provide many properties and even oversee clients for licensing, primarily Viz. They worked together on many series until later merging to become the Viz Media we know today. In a press release by ShowPro and Viz from 2004, all the anime on there would later be localized and released in some way. Taro, though, never got a release in North America. Using the Wayback Machine, it shows the anime on Viz Media's website with the localized logo. The other dubs are connected to Viz and ShowPro. The Spanish dub features Shikakuken and the Spanish dubbing company in the ending theme, and even the localized Viz logo in the opening. The dub seems to be a translation of the English script, which is common, and since there is a Spanish opening, there may be an English version of this song because it's easier to translate English to Spanish. The Taiwanese dub also has the English Viz logo. The dub has never seen the light of day. The Zoid Genesis English dub. Zoids, a multimedia franchise about giant mechs with animal-based designs, most notably tiger, lion, and a variety of dinosaurs. It was created by Tomy, a company that makes toys for kids and merchandise in Japan. Zoids had 4 main anime. Chaotic, New Century, Feuders, and finally Genesis. While the first 3 were dubbed and aired, Genesis was thought never to be dubbed. This is because Zoid's having a big drop in popularity outside of Japan. This being because the series before it, Feuders, being a big commercial failure. Let me explain. During the time, it was pretty common for anime to be pitched to TV stations to air, accompanied with plans for a big merchandising line to make a huge profit. An anime that promotes a toy, like many well-known series that were airing at the time. Most likely the last Zoid series, Feuders, didn't make much of a profit, hence being a commercial failure. It also could have been that Feuders wasn't really connected to the other entries in the franchise. Since it failed, many thought a dub was never even produced. Viz Media, though, did plan one. A trailer of it exists online that clearly shows Viz Media's logo at the end. The dub was supposed to air on Toonami Jetstream, Toonami's streaming service, but that never happened. Many claim that they watched the full dub on Watch Cartoon Online and Anime News Network, but neither has it now. The full cast list is available online and was definitely done in LA based on who's in it. It apparently did air in the Philippines and Singapore, which is where most people claim to have seen it, and they reported that it was edited to be censored, which makes sense when remembering it was going to air on Cartoon Network streaming service. But even with all these claims, not a single bit of the dub has ever been uploaded online. Viz Media Europe has the dubbed episodes archived based on reports, and it was even listed in their catalog until 2012. Since there hasn't been anything new of the Zoids franchise to be released outside of Japan in over a decade, the dub will most likely never be released. Go check out Anime News Network. It's a very reliable news site. It has an extensive library of information on anime, which I used a lot of in this video. Also, please visit the Lost Media Wiki's Patreon page. The people who run it are doing amazing work in documenting and finding lost media. This video would not be possible without it, so please, if you're interested in any lost media, please go support them. Those are all the sources I used, and finally, this is part 1 of Lost/Unreleased anime dubs. Part 2 will be out in a few weeks, and if you're interested in that, stay on the channel. I make videos about anime all the freaking time, and if you hit the end of the video, I always appreciate that. Bye guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in part 2.